Okay. Right, is this working? Hold on. See what I did there? Love it. Oh, hilarious. Ah, see? The fezzes are cool. Right, guys. Hello. Welcome to Mark's blog. I like that. Mark's blog for Doctor Who Dark Shadows. This will be the beginning of my kind of personal blog, documenting the progress of the series. There will be the official behind-the-scenes video diary, like we did last year. I don't want to lose what we did last year, which is some great stuff. And we're gonna, when we do finally screen this first episode, the behind-the-scenes stuff will be composed of what we did last year and what we're going to do this year. So yeah, we'll expect more production blogs. The production blogs will start properly next week, literally. One more week before I'm back in Sligo. Really can't wait. That's when our official production blogs begins. But I'm going to kind of, just for my own use, just because I'm a big buff, I'm a big fan of DVDs, I'm a big fan of behind the scenes and special features on films and TV shows. Grown up with the Doctor Who, and I've loved watching David Tennant's video diary. And Matt Smith did briefly as well. And just the whole behind the scenes stuff of Doctor Who, like Doctor Who Confidential, Doctor Who Extra now with Series 8 with Peter Capaldi. So this is just for me, which will probably at some point will appear somewhere. But actually, I'm planning to upload these diaries to our Doctor Who Dark Shadows group page. So you'll see me rambling on, because I'm not really talking. I'm only talking to you guys. So this is just my little blog, which keep going with the progress of the series. So yeah, production blog. Here I am in my garage of all places, back in Chiron, in the Midlands, in the middle of nowhere, in a small, tiny little village. This is what I'd call my TARDIS. Like as a kid, growing up, I used to play Doctor Who here. Used to assemble my own TARDIS. Still do. No, I don't. Or do I? But yeah. So welcome. This is my garage. I'll show you around briefly. There behind me is the recycling bin. See it? Yeah. Over there is the clothes horse, where the lovely mother has decided to get my clothes dry soon before I head back. And this is my pride and joy, ladies and gentlemen. All summer. Big pile of turf. Yeah. All summer. Literally. All summer. And that's pretty much it. There's an old chair, an old washing machine for some reason. Can't remember why that's there, to be honest. Yeah. Briquettes. Oh, and my special pride and joy here, my go-kart. So yeah, I was going to do this in my room, but parents are asleep, so I'm not going to disturb them. So yeah, don't know why I did that. But yes, so now, a couple of days ago, I literally thought I wouldn't be returning to Sligo. I always knew I'd be coming back for the project, but I honestly didn't know if I was coming back to college to do the third year. Because of what happened, my landlady dying there this summer, I lost my own place, because obviously the husband wasn't going to keep going. Obviously. Just felt, and also just being apart from all of you guys, kind of, I don't know, it felt weird. I enjoyed the summer. I had a brilliant time. It was good to kind of be on my own and have some time with my gang here, catch up with old friends. Oh, the stories, guys. The stories I have this summer should not be put on camera, so I'll be telling you them in person. But, just felt so cut off from all of you guys. So I felt Sligo was like a distant memory. But over the last month now, the flashbacks are coming back. Can't wait. The feeling of going home is back. And then, of course, not being able to find a place was heartbreaking. Was nerve-rending. While getting excited for Doctor Who Dark Shadows, on the other side I had the fear that I wasn't going back. But then, literally yesterday, Christopher O'Brien, my fucking dream miracle. He needed a housemate. Brilliant place. €40 a week. 160 deposit. It was meant to be. And I've got a Doctor Who friend, a close friend. I love Chris to bits. It's going to be great living with him this year. And his friend Katie, so it's going to be fun. And Eli's nearby. Yes. So it's going to be fun. A lot of Doctor Who stuff. So I'm coming back, which feels good. And literally, because we're so excited to get started, we're starting from scratch. We're not going to waste time. We're going to set our goals. So, as you've seen from today's Facebook, on our page, production officially begins next week, Thursday, the 11th of September. 9/11. Oh, I realised that. So Thursday, 11th of September, we will have the first read through of Doctor Who Dark Shadows, my episode 1, The Shadow of the Doctor. Full cast, and then we'll have our first production meeting, just to get any queries, any worries of you. That'll be our chance to address them. We're going to plan out what our filming schedule will be, how this is going to go, which is what I'm going to kind of deal with in this first blog. Good news. Been chatting to Damien a lot actually, but there's a good chance, fingers crossed now guys, fingers crossed, we will get a TARDIS. We need a TARDIS badly. I haven't thought what we're going to do with the interior TARDIS yet, which is a big worry because, it's a problem we need to address because there's plenty of interior TARDIS scenes in the first episode. I was going to not write because of what we had to do. I was going to write what I wanted to write, and we'll decide what I think it is achievable. Now that we have Ted Brennan of Dented Chest Productions back on board for the special effects, that side is done because we have seen what he's done with our title sequence. Fantastic. And we've seen tests of his regeneration, so when that scene is done, that's going to look fantastic. The regeneration. Ooh. But he's able to, and he did. I remember last year he showed me test shots of what he did with the TARDIS materialization. So that's all in the bag. Just we need the actual prop, the actual police box. Now, Damien knows people. It looks like we could get it done. Me and Eli will chip in, obviously, because we all said this. We need to get a TARDIS. We're chipping in money for it. So we'll have a TARDIS scene. Now, that means we want to get filming as soon as possible. Now, we're hoping to start in the second week of September, the 15th, that week of starting. We'll figure out, obviously, next week when we get back, because we have 2 days now. I'm back on Sunday, Eli's back on Sunday. We have 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, just to get together, obviously catch up, have fun, talk about Capaldi, obviously then get started on this project. Now, I believe the interior TARDIS scenes we can do as a bunch, and we can lead that to the end of filming of episode 1. There's so many stuff we can actually do straight up. Now, in reference to what we shot last year, over the summer I edited together the footage that we got, and bear in mind last year I only written half the script of episode 1. I'm glad I didn't, because I had the time this start of summer to get back into it, rewrite it. Well, not rewrite it, but just continue on and get it done. And then I've written 3 more episodes, which will not be revealed until a later date because we need to focus on episode 1 right now. Where was I? I only have the script written last time. As we all know, what happened last year with things being pushed back, people not turning up, just so many delays. It became a mess. It did. It was an unauthorized visit, and let's not forget the bloody gun incident. Oh Jesus, that gun incident! My God, the Gardaí. Anyway, it was just a mess, and this time we're starting from scratch. But we got 20 minutes of footage. Now, about 10 minutes of that footage will be used for Levi Regan and Declan Drohan. Your first 2 scenes together really shouldn't be touched. Well, I'm happy with them. Whether for continuity's sakes we'll have to do them again, it depends on what you two look like. And yeah, it really depends. Because if Declan, let's say you don't have your homeless, I think Declan, you'd have your homeless junk sorted together, like that costume you had. And Levi, I'm sure you haven't got rid of those clothes you wore. We'll check the footage in Witchy and see what you think. But I feel personally that unless you want to reshoot it, guys, Declan and Levi, that's fine. But I'm happy with what. And Millsy, we've done the regeneration scene. Now that was ahead of Rhaegar to do last year. I'm proud that we did that. It's all ready for Ted to do his magic on. So I'm happy with the regeneration scene, guys. So that's definitely done. I do not want to tamper with the regeneration scene, so that's done. Millsy, just for complete sake, we'd love you to have I think it was you are in the status. We'd love you to be at the read through for episode 1. Just make it more complete. And because we should have done this last year, so I wanted to make it more complete. So hopefully you can be available. We'll chat about it later. So yeah, the regeneration scene is done, guys. So we can really, and the scene when you catch up with Sean Master Declan. Now the thing is, I'm worried. I think we can get away with it because in the script terms, the Doctors interacting with each other for the first time happens in tandem with the Master catching up with Sean. Now, in reality, where we shot the Doctor scene, and that's not changing because that was the perfect location. I want that to be the location. Unless we find somewhere else that suits, but in my mind's eye, in the way the script is working, that's where I want to do it. And it was a nice little place where we did it. Just in the Garvo car park on that bridge that connects from the river over to Fiddler's. That's where we did the Doctor scene when they first met. Then a few weeks, well, months probably later, we did the scene then with the Master catching up with Sean. We did it on a perfect little it's further on down from that car park along that riverbank behind the house. But in certain angles you can see I think we can get away. I don't think we see the bridge. So I think we can get away with that. Because I think in some shots in the footage that when we see that angle of where the bridge would be, I think Declan is masking the bridge by where he's standing. So I think we can get away with it. Because if you think about logical terms, like if they're only a car park apart, surely the Doctors and the Master would recognise they're there, you know? So we'll figure that out, but hopefully we don't have to touch those scenes. Obviously, if your hair are different, then we will have to. But the beauty of the regeneration scene is that we won't have to do that again, because even if your hair has changed from what it looks like in the footage of the scene where you and Levi have your interaction, Declan and Levi, because after the regeneration is the pre-title scene, and it's a few weeks have passed when we pick up after the title sequence. So obviously Declan, the Master, could have went to a barber, got himself trimmed if he did, and Levi, maybe Sean might have got his hair cut. You know, you never know. So the regeneration scene will not be touched. So yeah, all that would be passing over. So I'm really proud of what we did. Now we did the scene with Detective John Smith in that entrance. That was already half ready because we were missing Clara, and of course we have the famous gun incident then at that point. So that's unusable, but it's a good start. So Damien and Eli, what you did there, what we managed to do before the guards stopped us, that's what we need in that scene. So I'm going to show you the clip, show you the scene, but that's what we need. That same kind of energy. Rosie for Amy, and Katrina as Melody for that little in sequence. Yeah, most likely we will do that again. Rosie, because we did it in your bedroom. It was my fault, actually. It wasn't yours or anyone else's. It was just because it's meant to be set in. Now your house did suit that kind of landing for 1930s New York, 1940s New York house. When you open the door to Melody, visibly in shot is your the light switch. Would have been there in 1940, so that would be. And also we need to there's little tinkering. Well, it's not. Yeah, little tinkering with the dialogue. So I want to just get that a bit better done. So yeah, Kat, you're a clean slate. You're starting again with and you have a new scene at the end of the script as well. So Kat and Rosie will be reshooting that as well. So you're starting from scratch, the pair of you. And what else do we get done? Obviously, me and Eli, our Doctor scene is being redone because just for many reasons really, and of course we need Clara. Now, of course, let's go to the cast. Now we've got a full confirmed cast. We had problems with Clara last year, but now it's not, because we have a lovely, perfect choice, a brilliant casting choice. I think when Eli said it to me, I was like, yes. So the cast is as follows. We have me playing the Doctor. Get excited. Ooh, still get excited, see, from saying that. I'm playing the 11th Doctor. Eli will be playing the 10th Doctor. My companion, Clara Oswald. My pretty lady, Rena Bryson. Eli's companion, Rose Tyler, will be played by Alison Mutter. Then we have Levi Regan playing Sean Brennan. Sorry, I feel bad because Levi's character is such a tragic character. He gets beaten on and beaten on. From being terrorised by Millsy and then to be terrorised by Declan. It's not going to really let up for you, mate. It's really not. Because you're going to get threatened by me, Eli, Rena, Damien. Yeah, it's not going to let up for you. But you redeem yourself. You become a hero at the end. Good man, Levi. Good man. What a guy. Prick. Listen. Yeah. Oh, Levi, you're gonna. And also because I've told you, we're gonna see more of you, Levi. Your character, so important, so important. Then we have the marvelous Declan Drohan as the Master. Yeah. I'm honestly now. I'm gonna make you blush, Declan, because I am honestly over the moon that you're playing the Master. Because I remember when we came up to ask up you as the Master, I was like, "Can we get him? Because he's our teacher. Would he do it?" I know he's a big Doctor Who fan, but I was like, "Would he do it?" So originally in the script, now some of you might I updated it slightly because I only realised after I sent it to all of you. Some of you might have in the script in the first scene it says the Master was old and then he turned young after he regenerated. It's actually the way around, because originally when I wrote it, I honestly thought we'd only get Declan maybe for the first scene as the dying Master, and then he'd regenerate into Millsy. But he's up for playing Master the whole episode. He jumped at it, and so Millsy played the dying Master fantastically, and then we got Declan full time as the Master for this episode. And what happens? The Master is the same as the Daleks and the Cybermen. He will always come back. The Master. We're not getting rid of you, Declan, yeah? No way. He's played the Master just beyond my dreams already in those 2 scenes he's done. Man, Declan, I cannot wait to do our Doctor and Master confrontation. It's a proper 3 to 4 page dialogue. And then of course we have our big sword fight with me and Eli and you. Oh man, Declan, cannot wait for that. Really cannot wait. It's going to be one of my highlights. I'm really looking forward to those scenes. Then we have Levi Declan, and we have Damien Pugh playing Detective John Smith. Now Damien has been a real asset now, and he's a fantastic supporter now. He says so himself, he's not a Doctor Who fan. He's known bits of it over the years, but like he said in that post there during the summer, he damn hell respects the show. And he's been a big supporter to me. I've been in contact with him the most this summer, in constant contact, and he's been keeping the page positive. He's been keeping the project when I thought it was dead during the summer. I honestly thought it was dead. I thought we would never do it again. Even though I continued writing, I was doing it for me, for my personal pleasure. But then the project just got reignited. But Damien kept it going. He kept the fire burning all summer, keeping it positive. And I hope my reward is that he's got a fantastic character to play. Elements of his backstory are fed in this first episode. The little thing like, who is Maria? What did he do to Maria? What happened there? And of course, what happened at the end with the time vortex and Damien and John Smith, that whole interaction, that's an important for his future story, as the storyline goes on. But he just plays it fantastically, because I got the idea because last year when we did our first when we did the film project for Una, was it? Yeah, it was Una, and I did the film Reality Check, my first film, and that I had written and directed, and had a fantastic cast. Killian as Michael, Rena as Clara, typical, and then we had David as Danny. Fantastic cast list. And then of course we had Rosie as the poor victim. Sorry about that still, but it had to be done. We had half a victim. And then Damien played his little brilliant character, Detective Inspector Benton, I think. And of course we all know his famous catchphrase from that. Hey man, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? Let go of me. What the fuck? What the fuck? Was really tempted to use that in Doctor Who. Maybe I will. Maybe one day it'll be put in. But and he's just Detective John Smith is a character that I'm really excited about, and it has future for a spin-off. Maybe Eli, we can do our own version of Torchwood. Damien's up for it. He's got mad ideas, and I cannot wait for his episode Exotic Star. And he's a follow up to that as well. So Damien's really a big support, and he's behind the scenes and on screen. He's going to play brilliantly. So thank you, Damien. Thank you for your support, and let's rock and roll, baby. And then of course we have who else am I missing? Rosie Hayes as Amy Pond, another of my Doctor's companions. Amy is definitely one of my favourite companions. The 11th Doctor and Amy's story is just so beautiful. It's just so fairy tale. Began when she was a little girl, and then how it tragically ended. Now, of course, in Dark Shadows now we extend Amy's storyline. Rory, who's dead, but the big twist is the guy who has kidnapped Amy is responsible for Rory's death. Rory's death is not an accident, and it will have a payoff later on. But yes, we have Rosie, who's fantastically. She only got to start tinily, really petite part in last year. So I'm glad that Eli informed me that she's still up for playing the role. So that's fantastic, and she's got some good stuff. Now, I kind of feel bad for Rosie in a way, is that she is in this first episode. She's separate. Like, besides, now she works with me because she has scenes with the Doctor in flashback mode from the series. We're doing the iconic graveyard scene where the heartbreaking goodbye, where Amy is taken from. Oh, looking forward to seeing, but dreading it because it's going to be a tough one for me. And of course, Eli, you're not getting off lightly. We all know. I didn't transcribe the scene of Doomsday because I couldn't bear. I barely got through just transcribing the graveyard scene with Amy. But it's in flashback mode, so we can when we're filming that, we'll transcribe the scene. So Eli, you're definitely doing the Doomsday scene or at least a good part of it. We'll film it all, for this episode, then we'll show flashes of it probably in the flashback. We'll figure that out in the edit. But yeah, oh man, the Amy scene. But besides from me and then Kat, who plays Melody the maid, she only and then of course she'll work with James Quinlan, David Matten. So she's kind of separate from the rest of us. Like, we're all together as a gang in the separate, and then her storyline is playing parallel to us. It was kind of shocking because she was always part of the cliffhanger for episode 1. I always knew it would end on Amy, but then I realised when I started to write that cliffhanger scene, for a good 20 pages she's been out of the story. So she drops out for a good part, massive chunk of the story. Amy's storyline is another one that it was one of the first ideas I had, and I'm really excited. Her and James Quinlan's story is a fantastic piece, and I hope she's happy with what happened in what she has to do in episode 1. It's not relatively much. She gets kidnapped. She does some big scenes though for Amy in terms of flashback, like the goodbye scene. That's a biggie for Amy. That's a big one, full of emotion. But I'm rambling on again. But sorry. But I hope she's going to be happy. Rosie will be happy with what the storyline is going to play out with, because, like, I assure you, Rosie, it's going to be a fantastic piece. And I've got some good stuff written for all the 3 companions, for Clara, Rosen, and Amy. But Amy now, I hope she's got some good stuff. She's got some good stuff in the future ahead now. So you'll have some nice stuff to get your teeth into, Rosie, the hungry actress that you are. And Rena. Oh, Rena. The plans I have for you is Clara. Oh. Like, there is a Clara centric. It's Clara center. It's all about Clara, a story that's coming up as well at some point. The stuff I have for you. Oh, God. It was heartbreaking to write. I've written that episode. It's heartbreaking to write. I know you're going to really pull it off, Rena. You're going to be fantastic. And the same for Alison. I know Eli has some big stuff planned for Rose. I have some big stuff planned for Rose, so it's a double whammy. So the companions are going to be got some great stuff to do. And then we have Katrina will be playing Melody the maid. She only had one scene originally. Now she appears as a phantom in the last scene. Now Melody, you think is just an ordinary character, just a maid for Amy. The name for all you Doctor Who fans will sound very familiar. That's all I'm going to say. Melody the maid is very, very, very important, and we're going to see much more of her. in the future. And then we have David Matten playing James Quinlan. Now, James is an original character, and I am very, very attached to this character. I'm very proud because he's my baby. He's a character I created. Now, all the original characters, James, Detective John Smith, and Sean Brennan, are fantastic. I'll go back to that in a minute, but just for James, Doctor Who has always done real-life issues very well. Richard Curtis with Vincent van Gogh and Depression in Matt Smith's first series is a prime example, a beautiful piece. It does real issues really well. Now, the main themes and ideals of this series is that this is a Doctor Who series of stories we want to see. The stories we've dreamed of seeing. That maybe one day will be made, but maybe not. We want to make it real. And by placing it in Ireland, by placing it in Sligo, we're making it gritty. We're making it more down to earth. It's still all about the magical, fairy, all the sci-fi stuff that Doctor Who is. But we want to make it real. And for me, personally, James is the catalyst and is the reason, is the realness. James suffers from substance abuse. From a drug addiction. A heavy drug addiction. Now, I don't name the drugs in the episode. Maybe there will be in future episodes. There will be mentioned. But it's obvious what he's suffering from when we first meet James. Now, I'm very proud and very, very... Yeah, I am proud of this storyline that we're going to do with James. It's a thing that it's very close to my heart, and I know David's going to be fantastic in it because it's a real issue that needs to be addressed, and I want to do it in our series. It's all about fun. It's all about the light that Doctor Who is, but we're going to deal with a real issue, and the Doctor is going to be a real help to James's character. And on the cut of that, James, to battle all that darkness, James is a funny character. He's a nice comedic character. The James that we know, the James that the Doctors and Clara and Rose and Detective John Smith know. There's another side to James that Amy knows. Now David's playing a big part. He's playing a dual role. And that looks like there's two versions of James Quinlan across time and space. One with us in 2014 in Sligo, another in 1940s New York, who's kidnapped Amy, with a different accent. A very cartoonish, very villainous English accent. So what's that about? All be revealed. It's a big character, and I know David will play it off fantastically. And that's our cast for episode 1, isn't it? Chris had a cameo last year. Chris is playing a big character, which I won't reveal here. I'm going to reveal to him now. I was actually messaging him there on Facebook a few minutes ago. I will reveal it to him. But, oh Jesus, this is a big blog. Sorry about this. Yeah, Chris makes a cameo. He did it last year outside at Casamia when we were doing parts of the chase sequence. He's going to have a big part. Another original character for the series. It's going to be fun. But that's our confirmed cast. Of course, we'll have civilians. We'll have other people playing the possessed people. But yeah. Now, the original characters, it's not your conventional opening episode. This is for the fans. This is made by the fans and it's for the fans. With the original characters, we get to introduce the ideas. Now, because Clara and Rose and Amy are well-established characters in the canon of Doctor Who, there is no introduction to the Doctor really. We have the basic introduction, like this is the TARDIS, I'm a Time Lord, blah 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 blah. That happens, but I was writing an opening episode for our series, not really thinking about the non-Doctor Who fans. But then with the original characters, with the trio, with Detective John Smith, Sean Brennan and James Quinlan, they're introduced to the world of the Doctor, which allows the non-Doctor Who viewers to really be introduced to our world. So it worked out fantastically well. And it's a nice balance. I'm very protective of these characters, of the Doctor, of Clara, of Amy, of Rose, and of all the other characters that will come into it from the series. I'm cherishing them, I'm protecting them, because they're in my possession right now. I'm taking care of them and bringing new stories to them. But also then I have the new characters I've created, which I'm equally fond of, and maybe even more so. And of course Eli's saying he has plans for original characters as well. So it's going to be fun, and it's a nice balance between old and new and different. It's all Doctor Who-ish, all Doctor Who-iness. And of course now we have Damien. He'll be writing Exotic Star. Not sure what number of episodes that will be, but it will be filming that straight after episode 1. And he's gonna be, it's a fantastic script so far, and he's developing it even more, so it's gonna be, cannot wait for that. Now, this is a plea. Now, I want to just state this obvious now. Any one of you guys, right? If you have ideas for Doctor Who and want to write an episode, please do. Please do. That was one of my goals and one of my dreams, that if we can get loads of different episodes written by different people. Please, now, if you do want to write an episode, write it. And I mean that. We'd love to have another writer on board, because we're going to get some directors on board. Declan, would you be a director at some point? That'd be fantastic to have you as a director. It really, no, I mean this, Declan Drone. If you could be a director for one of our episodes at some point, that would be fantastic. Your expertise would be just, woo! It really would. So I'm throwing now. It's in your court there, Declan. So hopefully you can direct one episode at some point. That'd be fantastic. No, it really would. Now, to the business, I'm going to wrap this up soon because it's not fair on you. It's a really long video. I'm going to wrap this up now. But just, let's talk about the schedule. So yeah, it's starting back properly now. We hit back in college now. Obviously, guys, for all of you don't worry, we're not going to interrupt college work. All right, we're not going to do that. We'll have time out. We'll set up dates that suit everybody. Okay, do not worry about that. We will. But once these dates, this is the thing though. We will accommodate and we'll agree all together on the dates. The more important thing is though, once these dates are agreed on, we need to stick to them, because otherwise it's not going to get done. Me and Eli have set the deadline of Christmas. We want this episode done and filmed by Christmas, because if it's not done by Christmas, then it's not going to get done at all. This episode is going to be, it's the longest episode I've written. And it's probably going to be the longest, because it's the opening, it's setting up the series, it's setting up so many different storylines. It's movie scale, this episode. And I don't know what the time limit is going to be, because I haven't learned how to write the time yet. So, God, there is no time limit for episodes on Doctor Who yet, anyway. We can write to our heart's content. But this will be a long shoot. A fun shoot, but a long shoot. But we want to get it done by Christmas. Otherwise, it's not going to get done at all. And then it'll be, hopefully then, by Christmas, all the special effects will be done, all the editing could be done, and then we'll come back in January in 2015, we can finally show our work that's taken over it. And if we do that, that means it'll be exactly a year since we started it. That's crazy. So yeah, it'd be nice to finally get it screened and properly. Now, of course, we can always get, we can get the episode done by well before Christmas, and hopefully get started, because Damien's script will be ready to go. So we can keep really powering on, then after that, then we'll steam on. And this project can go, I'm really proud of this project, and I think it can go beyond college years for those who are dedicated and committed, and hopefully all of us can be committed to it. But let's forget about the future for now. Let's focus on episode 1, The Shadow of the Doctor, written by moi. So the casters are confirmed, the scripts are released to everyone now, you all have them. I'm not sure if I can print off every script, so if you can print it off yourself or if you want to bring it on your electronical things for the tablets or on that for the read through, that's up to you guys. It's up to you to have it ready for you. I'm sorry, I won't be able to print every single one of you a script, so it's up to you, your own initiative, to get it to have it there for you, either electronic form or on paper for the read through. No excuses. All right, Declan. And yes, please. Now we need to get to. Now we're not going to be hard slave drivers. Me and Eli. We want to have fun, because we're going to do the messing. We're going to do the spoofing videos. We're going to do the video diary. All that. But when we turn up on set, we have to have our lines off. Okay. We'll have rehearsals. Oh yes. Test runs, test shots. I can't even remember what was the term we called it. There is a term. Yeah, but we do test shots, we'll do rehearsal, and then we'll go for bulk and do the real shot, the real thing, and we'll get it done. But we need to. I know it's hard. Doctor Who lines are going to be hard, but we need to just. And please rehearse your lines. Please learn them before don't turn up on the filming days and not have them learned. You know what kind of way? It's not fair on us. It's not fair on people who are ready to go. You know what kind of way? So that includes me and Eli. We just because we're in charge doesn't mean we can't slack off. Oh God, no. But please guys, just like we do, like we're trained in the course. Just turn up, have your lines learned as best you can. Please, it will make the whole thing work so much smoother. So yeah, I'm running out of things to say now. I think so. That's the plan. There'll be more production, my blogs to come along. Oh yeah, one little thing. The video diaries will still be working now. Would someone please? Could someone volunteer to be in charge of the video diary and the documentation behind the scenes of what we're doing? I'll be doing my best I can, but obviously I can't do everything. I'd like to do a cross between Doctor Who Confidential and Doctor Who Extra, like doing interviews with the cast, like we on set and also later on sitting down and just chatting like the actors do. But that'd be nice, just to get the process of making it from the read through. And if someone could, now I'd love this. I really would love this, like they do in the real show. In the read through, could we record it? Could someone record the read through? I might ask Declan Griffin, would he be up for recording it? I'll see. But could anyone know who could record the read through? Because that'd be just nice. That'd be a nice little thing just to have as a record. It'd be lovely. So I'm just throwing out there tonight. Could you get back to me on the page about someone taking in charge of the behind the scenes and someone recording the read through? And this is going to be a proper read through. It's going to be the actual official one. Like, me and Eli will be in charge of it. I'm going to volunteer. I'll probably read the stage directions. Proper read through. We'll introduce ourselves, who we're playing, what we're doing, what's our involvement in the project, and we'll give each other a round of applause each time we're introduced. All that malarkey. So yeah. Just those two things. Would you please? Could someone volunteer to do the behind the scenes, and could someone know how? Could we get someone to record our read through we're doing? We'll get back to you about times for the read through. We'll find out the availability of the black box, and yeah, I'll probably be doing another blog before the read through. So yeah, most likely, and I'll do a blog before the read through and after the read through. So yeah, this is, and I promise this won't be as long as this one. This is just, I'm rambling on. I'll prepare better stuff to say. I think I've got everything what I wanted to say. So on this note, I will sign off, and I will see you next time. The project is officially underway. We are a go. Doctor Who Dark Shadows begins now. Allons-y. Geronimo. See you soon, guys. Until the next time. Over and out.